Hello guys, I'm coming on just a couple minutes early to give you guys time to join me. You guys have sent in a lot of incredible questions for tonight. Woo! I don't know that we ready. I'm not sure that we're ready for tonight. Y'all, listen, if I would have known, hey Auntie ROP, hi baby. No, I do not mind Auntie. I do not mind. Some of y'all, I'm like a mama. Some of y'all, I'm like a big sister. Some of y'all, I'm like Auntie. Right? Yes, it just depends. Oh, you like my braids? Thank you, darling. Hair Genius of Atlanta. Thank you, darling. Had to do a little something. I've been working out, guys, really hard. I needed something to get me through for a couple weeks. It gives me another vibe, Madeline. Thank you. Do I look your age, Madeline? Do I look like I could be my kid's age? Okay, like I'm trying to look a little younger, right? Y'all know I'm 45. I don't tell y'all how old I am. All right, guys. I'm just giving a couple minutes for everybody to get on tonight. Hello, Shion, Swan833. Ali Living Freely, Fancy Girl Fells. Hello. Definitely younger than your kids. Thank you, sweetheart. I'll take it. You hear me? I'll take it, baby. I'm not going to turn it down. All right? I'll take it with these grown kids over here driving me crazy. Grown children. Children. Hey, Ofra. Hello, Ryan. Shakisha. Hi, sweetheart. All right. So I have a lot of inbox questions, or not inbox, emails. And there's one in particular I'm leading with tonight, which I gave the title of tonight's show based on his situation. Okay, so we're going to get ready to jump in here. I got to find, what am I looking for? My brain, right? Hi, Mrs. Pope. I am ready for you, girl. Swan833. I'm ready too, honey. Tonight's about to be off the chain, okay? We got to navigate some real difficult conversations tonight, guys, okay? So buckle up. Like, hang on. We're going to get through this together, okay? We're going to get through it together. I promise. I got to find my Instagram app on my iPad. I'm getting there. All right, got in here. Let me pull up, because this one question from last week I hadn't asked for you guys to email, and so this came in from inbox, and I caught it and I saved it. Okay, Inoma, I love your hair. Thank you, sweetheart. Naya, can I ask you a question? You can email me a question, Naya. There's now questions ahead of you, and I'm going to take them in the order they came in. So I'm not going to ask questions right from the feed tonight, guys, because we've got so many questions that you guys emailed in. We got swamped. Okay. Ask in the question box below. You can ask in the question box below, but it won't guarantee I get seen, so that it'll just keep, you guys are going to keep filling up the comments. I don't know how that works, but you're better off emailing me, because that's what I'm going to right after this question is my email. The email is live@RebeccaLynnPope.com. Live@RebeccaLynnPope.com. Okay. All right. Anonymous scared husband. I'm going to call him scared husband. Okay. Because this is a very tricky situation. Hey, Denisha. Hey, sweetheart. All right, I'm going to read you his message. Of course, all of your emailed messages, guys, are anonymous, so there's no names, okay? Good evening, Rebecca, if I can call you Rebecca. Yes, you can. I really need some advice trying to save my relationship. My wife has gained some weight after the baby, and I know it's a sensitive and touchy subject. I've tried to approach it as delicate as possible, but I keep failing. And I want to get it under control before it becomes detrimental to our relationship. Now, I know people may say that it's insensitive and rude or mean. I can't help but to see it this way. If I'm the provider and I fail to provide and she leaves, no one would fault her. Or if I was drunk and abusive, but I started off loving and gentle, she would leave and no one would fault her. If she brought one of these things to my attention, the expectation would be for me to take it seriously. Do y'all feel this man's heart? I felt his heart. I'm just saying, guys, I'm just interjecting for a second. If she brought one of these things to my attention, the expectation would be for me to take it seriously, and she would need to see some effort towards change. So if all of that is true, why can't it be true for a man to require his stay-at-home wife to look a certain way? We have 2 children and I work full-time, active duty military. So my job requires me to maintain a certain physical standard. But I've offered to come home and take the kids for an hour or 2 so she can study or rest or work out. I've placed heavy emphasis on eating healthy. I purchased a juicer, and at least 3 to 4 times a week I make healthy juices. I think for me, the part that feels disrespectful is that I've mentioned to her how this makes me feel, and I don't see any effort towards change. Her snack choices are still cupcakes and eating until she's full. Late night meals and a sedentary lifestyle met with excuses as to why she can't work out or eat healthy. More than anything, some accountability and effort would make me feel like she cares. But she gets upset and makes me the bad guy for even mentioning her weight. Any advice would be helpful. Sorry for the long messages. I said, I think this is a really great question and a very hard situation, and I'm going to answer it on the show. So first of all, right? Watts.png said, oh, sad face. Document Your Life says, oh no, not cupcakes, right? Let's breathe for a second, right? First of all, it's a hard situation. It's a hard situation no matter, yes, he's away and she has the kids to herself. She's a stay-at-home mom. Right. Somebody says she might be depressed. You know, we don't know the details from what he's giving us. Wine and Mimosa says he needs to grow up. She has more to worry about than looking a certain way for him. Men are delusional. Wine and Mimosas, I'm going to disagree. And y'all might want to come for me on this one, but I am going to greatly disagree. I went to his profile and I went through a Instagram profile, you guys, of a man who loves his family. I saw pictures of him with her prior to them having children. He loves his wife. I see as their family has grown, and I'm seeing pictures with their children, and I'm seeing him as a happy father. I'm seeing him loving. This black man loves his wife, and he loves his family. Okay? Guys, I went, look, you know me, Inspector Gadget, right? I'm about to play detective. I go, look, like you asking me, right, to give you my opinion. So I'm seeing her prior to the children and banging body. I'm just going to keep it all the way real. He married somebody very attractive physically. And here's where this gets really sticky. Because what happens, and fellas, I'm going to talk to you for a minute. If you are a physically fit man and you really put a lot of work into your physical care, and I guess this applies to ladies too. A lot of the time when we're younger, we can be attracted to someone, and fellas, guess what? You meet a beautiful, sexy woman, but you don't really pay attention to her habits. Maybe, are you really paying attention that she has the same discipline? Does she really work out the way you work out? How does she eat? Because in certain ages, right, you can still be eating bad, negative, toxic, nasty, unclean, right? Eating dirty constantly and still stay thin with a little pop-in booty and small waist. But as you get older, right, now that youth, that slimness and youth starts to fall away, you start picking up some weight. And then don't let us have a couple babies, right? That's right. I Am Diamond. He loves his wife, or if not, he wouldn't even try. It's better than complaining and not trying to help. Thank you. He loves his wife. So I'm establishing that from ground zero. This man loves his wife. And she's a stay-at-home mom. He's providing for his home. Let's praise him and support him for all the negative commentary you see on social media. This is a married man providing, protecting, loving his family. Okay? So, this being said, she's had a couple children. What I'm taking away, and what's not been said, but what I'm taking away, guys, is that she is not someone who had that banging body through work, through gym, healthy eating. There are people blessed with certain genetics that look a certain way, and it doesn't come from any type of exercise or diet. Real talk, right? So fellas, you choose a woman like this, but you have healthy habits and discipline. But now as time goes on, a couple children, all of a sudden, and I saw pictures. I'm seeing pictures of what she looks like right now. And guys, I understand his concerns. And this is why. We are all visual creatures. Men are even more so visual creatures. And what happens in marriage, fellas and ladies, is you can get comfortable because your partner loves you so much and so well that you think you can let yourself go and they still love you. Do they still love you? Yes. Are they still attracted to you on the same level that they were attracted to you 30 pounds ago and 50 pounds ago? No, they are not. I'm going to use me for an example. Scared husband, I hope you're watching. I'm going to use me for an example real quick. 38, I start going through hormonal problems. I've always been a thick girl. I've always been on a diet and exercise my whole life. I do not understand how wonderful it would be to be a skinny girl who never had these issues. Okay? Never had these issues because I've always been a thick girl, always having to watch my weight, which is a blessing as you get older. You don't realize it, ladies, because skinny people really struggle into their 30s and 40s and older because they don't have the discipline and the habits around eating healthy and maintaining their weight because they're used to being able to eat whatever they want. And as they start putting on weight, they do not know what to do. Okay? It's a blessing and a curse. And I started gaining weight from my hormones in my late 30s. I get married. I move out to the suburbs. Carrie and I are Netflix and chilling. We're happily married, right? And I start picking up weight. I put on 30 pounds in that first year of being married. I don't fit my clothes, but it's so gradual. I don't even really realize. And this also happens with childbirth. This happens through any type of transitions in life. You can be letting yourself go and you don't realize it, especially if you're not getting on the scale, if you're not putting on your old clothes. If you've had a major transition in life, like one baby to two, your first baby, marriage, all of a sudden, maybe if your social life changes, this is what happened with COVID. This is what happened with COVID to a lot of people. You're in the house, you're not going out, you're not putting on your date clothes, you're not going out to parties or events, you're not dressing up. You get sedentary, you get comfortable, scales going up. And because there's not the checks and balances and the measures in place to check it, it gets out of control. So, in marriage, Carrie's still loving me as I'm getting bigger. And he's so in love with me. I'm so well loved. I feel just as beautiful and sexy. I've shared this story before until I noticed that men didn't look at me like they used to. It was like anybody who has any type of attractive level about them, you recognize that when you go places or walk somewhere, when you banging, people look at you. This is my story. I don't know about everybody else. Even if they never talk to you or hit on you or nothing, people look at you. Men stop looking at me. And this is when you realize you've tipped the scale from thick to fat, or whatever your personal proportions are have gotten out of the normal proportion of what is considered attractive. Is when you're no longer attracting the eyes, the attention. You've gone out of the range of what most people find average on the attractability scale. Okay? So, husband, when it comes to your wife, and I'm gonna say this because, first of all, every marriage is unique. Every relationship is unique. However, your wife doesn't have any women like me in her life, any female, elderly, mother, role models, motherly type that are going to talk to her and say, baby, you got to get this baby weight off. If you're going through postpartum depression, we need to get you with a therapist. We need to get you on an antidepressant. We need to get this under control now. Because the worst thing in the world is for it to keep going out of control, right? And so, scared husband, this is what I think is happening. There's nobody around your wife to give her this advice, which is why she's resisting you also so much, because she's not really owning that she needs to lose weight. She has not accepted that for herself, which is why she's not listening to you and she's getting so upset with you. Okay? I'm the type, I understand when I'm gaining weight. Am I sensitive about it? Am I frustrated about it? Yes, but I never give up working on it. I'm going to keep working to lose weight because I know my own body and I know how I want to look. I'm not letting myself go. I have a weight loss coach, wellness coach. I'm constantly working on my body to maintain my body. Why? Because Carrie fell in love with size 10 Rebecca. Or she may not know it, but she's struggling mentally. I agree. Everything is always mind, body, spirit, guys. Always. Guys, scared husband, this is what I'm going to tell you. You are going to have to sit her down and you are going to hurt her feelings. There is no way around this. It is going to rock the boat. She's going to get mad at you. She's going to feel hurt. But you have to tell her the truth. Baby, when I married you, I fell in love with your booty. When I fell in love with you, I fell in love with that flat stomach and popping booty. It was part of the package. I hold myself to my own physical standards of fitness. I never expected that I would have to be holding you accountable as well. But as your husband, I'm saying, I don't want to be with you and you're getting obese and now you've let yourself go and now you got diabetes and now you got heart disease and now you got cancer and I got to take care of you into old age with all kinds of illnesses. Why would a man expect a woman to have the same body after having kids, though? I find that immature. He doesn't expect her to have the same body, wine, and mimosas. What did he say in his message? He said he wanted to see effort. Effort. He wants to see her trying to make sure she gets back into the best shape she can. As mothers, are our bodies ever really completely the same after babies? I have 3 sons. No, ma'am. Ain't no amount of working out that's going to take these stretch marks and this little stretched out tummy and push it back in. That's just part of being a mother and part of childbirth and having children. But does it mean that you can't get to within 10 pounds of where you used to be? Can you get within 15 pounds? Can you get within one dress size? Or maybe you get back to the same size, but you just shaped a little thicker. You just shaped a little, got a little more cushion. You just shaped a little more curvy. Bearing children gives you more hips. It gives you, but ladies, we cannot let ourselves go and then be mad when some other woman who's fine and looking good is constantly throwing that pussy at him on the military base at the water cooler because he's fine as hell. Because Mr. Scared Husband is fine. I went and looked. Y'all know I keep it real. That man stay in the gym. That man's body is looking like you could bounce a quarter off his six-pack. That's how fine he is. So do you know how many other women want her husband? Do you know how many other women are like vultures circling around him right now? Oh, she don't even work. Oh, he would pay my bills. Look, she got it good. She don't even want to work out. And then don't let him get vulnerable enough that he starts confiding in someone, that somebody becomes a soft listening ear. Oh, well, does she really love you if she doesn't listen? He done emailed me before there's any craziness. Before anything jumps off. He loves his wife. He loves his children. But Watts.png, that's how it happens. He ain't looking outside his marriage right now. But it's a slippery slope. Because listen to his heart, ladies. This is a learning moment. This is a teachable moment. Listen to his heart. His heart is saying, I love my family. I love my wife. I don't want to lose her. But he's also scared. She's not listening. She's not hearing me. That I don't want to lose attraction for my wife. I don't want to be vulnerable in these streets. I love my wife. I'm attracted to her. I only want her. But I don't want to lose that because she's letting herself go and isn't as attractive because she's not even putting in the effort. Mr. Scared Husband, you're going to have to sit her down. Because see, the flip side of this is she don't want to hear about the women hitting on him. She don't want to hear about the women trying to get at him, but let her come across some inbox messages. Let her come across a woman trying to send him unsolicited pictures. Let her, then she gonna be in her feelings. Right. In essence, Clark, he's willing to work out with her. He's willing to help her. He's trying to help cook, juice. He's trying to help her. He's trying to have conversations. That's right, Mr. Valentino. The fact that he reached out, he's asking for help, not jumping on someone else. He loves his wife. Ladies, listen to this. So Carrie ain't saying to me, Rebecca, you getting chunky, because he was getting chunky right along with me. We just getting fat and happy together. And then I realize, I come to my senses and realize I am fat. I done let myself truly get fat. Moving out here to the suburbs, done married this man who loves me. What have I done? I had to get busy losing weight. I had to figure out my hormones. I had to get therapy. I had to hire a weight loss and wellness coach. I had to invest time, money, all of the above. It was not Carrie. I had to do this for myself. Carrie will get the benefits. Kevin, what's the best way for a man to tell his woman she's putting on a little weight? Sweetheart, I noticed you're starting to put on a little weight. We need to go to the gym. We need to get on these protein shakes. We need to do some meal prep. That's how you can start the conversation. I've always told Carrie, you could tell me if you see something and just say we. Make it about us, because if you make it part of us, I'm more prone to listen, not like you're attacking me, but baby, I will do this together. With Mr. Scared Husband, it don't sound like that's going to work because he's already trying to have these conversations and trying to be proactive and trying to work with her and she's not listening. So you have to take it up a notch. Because the we's not working in this situation with Mr. Scared Husband. You're going to have to confront her. You're going to have to let her know, I love you. And that's how you start the conversation. I love you. I am not looking to cheat on you. I'm not looking outside of this marriage. Baby, if you're having mental health issues, if you feel like you have postpartum depression, if there is some things going on with you that we have to get to the bottom of, I am on board. We will get all the resources we need, but I need to see the effort. I need to see you caring about this. And you know what, baby, as I realize, you was fine when I met you, but you ain't never worked out. You ain't never been watching what you eat. And that's how you're getting here. That's how you're putting this weight on. Because unlike me, I recognize you haven't had these disciplines. You haven't had this work ethic in the gym. You haven't had this lifestyle of healthy lifestyle. But baby, it's time for you to get on board, because I don't want my wife to be fat or sick. Mr. Valentine says, but my wife didn't want to do the work but have surgery, and now she has all sorts of complications from it. I wanted her to work out with me, but she wanted the quick fix so she can get the likes. Mr. Valentino, I understand. So it's Jay Gatto says, sorry, but telling a woman anything in a soft-spoken, heartfelt tone doesn't work. That won't stop a woman from hearing you're fat. It won't. That's why I say he's going to have to hurt her feelings. Or here's another option, one more option for you. When I have found myself in my marriage having some very difficult things to say that my partner, that Carrie, is not hearing or understanding, or he's just not, there's a disconnect, get yourself a marriage counselor. Get yourself a couples counselor. And inside of the couples counseling, you voice your opinions and your feelings where she has to listen. I've done this, Carrie and I have done this very successfully. When there is something that you're not meeting, there's a disconnect, you're not hearing each other. Scared husband, set up some marriage counseling, and it's inside of those sessions that you speak your truth with a neutral, safe professional. Does that make sense? So you can start getting this through to her. And this is my message for everybody who is a fit person. If you are a fit person, somebody, what's wrong with being blunt in a conversation? Listen, sometimes that's what it's going to take. Let me give you another example. So when my hormones were crazy, guys, my libido went zilch. Gone. All of a sudden, I'm a newlywed and I have no sex drive. Carrie Poe, now he may not have said nothing about no gaining weight because we were both gaining weight. But honey, as soon as that sex was falling off, he's like, I done married this beautiful woman and she ain't trying to have sex? What? He sat me down and was like, baby, I know, you've got something going on. I know you're trying to figure out, you're not feeling good. I know, but we got to figure this out. Because I can't be not having sex with my wife. I can't do this. And he was blunt, y'all. And it hurt my feelings. Because I felt like, he's not being understanding. He doesn't know I'm having these hot flashes. I have no sex drive. I'm fat. I don't feel pretty. My hormones were a mess. But guess what? That conversation where he's keeping it real with me, I can't do this. I'm not happy. I'm not a happy husband. I can't do this. That was that warning sign for me. I'm like, now I can't have a husband who's not happy. And then we having problems because I don't want to have sex. Literally, it made me start finding solutions. That's what led me to finding my bioidentical doctor. It's what led me to getting my hormones balanced, which helped lead me to losing weight, right? I had to find solutions for my issues. I'm in a relationship. I have to consider my husband's feelings. Oh, Essence, I didn't even turn the badges on, guys. I'm sorry. You can always send me some money at Rebecca Lynn Pope on PayPal. Anyway, I had to, if I want my husband to be happy, I can't just dismiss his feelings and act like they don't matter. What if he did that to me? I'm constantly on Carrie's butt about losing weight, getting in shape, not letting things get out of hand. I don't want my husband keeling over from a heart attack. I don't want to have found love late in life, guys, and then I lose him. Right? Document Your Life says, then you got that testosterone. You were Googling. Man, listen. I got that hormone balance. I was low on testosterone. They gave me that testosterone. I was chasing Carrie around the house and lost that weight and more. I went lower than the 30 pounds. So those are my answers. Scared husband. It's going to take a real come to Jesus conversation. It may take some counseling, some couples counseling. I think you guys need it. I think you guys need it. I think you guys need to bring on some professional help. You may discover your wife's got some other things going on. And it's worth that investment for you to get to some solutions. Okay? I applaud you asking for help. I think you go to the next level. And get more help. And get some professional help. Carrie and I have a marriage counselor. I'm going to tell you guys again. Carrie and I have a marriage counselor. We have our own individual therapist. I have a coach, life coach, and weight loss coach. Like, we have a lot of help in our marriage for us to be this happy, this in love. You know, it takes a lot of work. Okay, so I wouldn't even suggest you try doing all of this by yourself. I think you need help. Okay? All right, guys, next email. Let me go find my next email. I hope I helped you, Mr. Scared Husband. That was such a great question, and I thank you so much for inboxing and letting me know to even ask the question. I appreciate it. It helped. I'm sure that shed a lot of light for so many of the people who are joining us tonight. I'm sure it helped so many people. Okay? All right, let me go in here and try to find me. I got to get my emails pulled up. Thanks, everybody, for joining tonight. Hello. All right, I got to go find another account. Live at Rebecca Lynn Pope. Sorry, I didn't have this pulled up, guys. I think we need more husbands like Mr. Scared Husband. That's what we need. We need more relationships in marriage like that. I think that we need more men, more stand up. I love his heart. I love his, I just love how much he loves his wife. And looking at their pictures, guys, they're a beautiful family. And he's just not wanting to lose that. That's all. All right, let me see if I can get in here. Ashley, I'm sorry. I know you sent me stuff, baby, and I didn't even. Let me see if I put it in. That ain't the right password. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. That ain't the right password. Okay. I'm going to try one more. And I might have to get my laptop. Ashley, text me the password to live at Rebecca Lynn Pope, please. I can't get in it. You said check out my chat, Ashley? Okay, baby. But what is the password to, Oh, I know what it might be. I got it. Yay! Okay. All right, getting in. I'm going to go from the order they came in, okay? Because we got a lot of questions in here. All right, here's one. Interfaith relationships. Hi, Rebecca. I've been following you for about 3-4 years, and I love you so much. You're a big sis in my head. Hi, sweetheart. Do you think being in an interfaith relationship is a good idea? I'm a Christian, a mom of 2, divorced, and I've been single for about 7 years. I met this guy. Everything is great. We get along very well. We pretty much on the same page about everything, marriage goals, etc. He has an adult child and doesn't want any more kids. Neither do I, but he is Muslim. We both agree that we won't force religion on each other. However, I was big on marrying a Christian because it's the right thing to do. Now my heart is saying otherwise. I don't know if it's because I've been dating for so long and I'm just so ready to be married again. I'm not desperate. It's just he has all the qualities I'm looking for minus the religion. Guys I've been dating in the past did not have half the qualities he has, and I stopped dating them because of it. Now I'm torn. Should I stop dating him or see what happens between us? I don't care what outsiders say. I just don't want to go against the will of God. Or is it? All right. So this one is, first of all, there's lots of variables to this ish. Okay? There's lots of variables. Because a lot of people call themselves Christian and ain't that Christian. They're like more spiritual than Christian. And then there's Muslims who call themselves Muslims and they're not like that strict in their Muslim faith. And so there's like shades of gray in this stuff, guys, that some of these questions are kind of hard because you don't know exactly how committed to someone's faith they are. So I'm going to give a couple of assumptions as I'm answering these questions. First of all, I'm going to have to assume that Miss Christian with Questions, that's what I'm going to call her, Miss Christian with Questions, that you're not the most like devout Christian. Because a devout, like really like in church, 2 days a week, Bible study Sundays, only date a Christian, Jesus, like, if you were like that, I don't think you would have even dated him to begin with. Now, that might be an assumption, but I think it might be a correct assumption because the strictly really like Christian-y girls that I know wouldn't even really give a Muslim man a chance no matter what he was doing or how he was trying to get at you. You wouldn't even be in this situation because your mind would automatically reject even forming an emotional connection or commitment or situation with a man who's not the same faith as you. So I'm going on that. If you are more spiritual than Christian and you're not the most devout Christian, and he's not the most devout Muslim, but you're like born into being a Christian and he's born into being a Muslim, but you're both just kind of more spiritual, then you should keep dating him. Because you're not the most strict Christian anyway. So it's not like you, after the fact, now you want to bring up, but is this the will of God? Is this the right thing to do? Is it, it's a little too late for that. Like, you dated him knowing he was Muslim. I'm just going to keep it real with you. It's not like he hid that from you. That wasn't in here. It didn't sound like he misled you or led you down a path where you didn't know what he was or who he was. You went along with falling in love and getting to know him based on knowing that about him. And at the end of the day, if you are someone who is not religiously zealous or strictly Christian, which I'm going to assume you don't, then I would say keep getting to know him. It doesn't sound like you're dating other people. I don't know. It doesn't say how long you guys have been dating. It says, Over says they don't celebrate the holidays. The Muslims don't. So most has a strict and old school Christian family who doesn't accept other religions. Yeah, I mean, it just, guys, maybe holidays don't matter to her either. Guys, there's so many variables. You understand what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, here's the thing. Now, if he is a very strict Muslim, I'm going to give some warnings here. If he's a very devout, strict Muslim, then I don't care what he's saying to you. What devout Hebrew Jews, Muslims do if they're dating a Christian, especially as a man, they just think that they can get you to convert later. This is what I've seen. This is my experience and what I've witnessed. They don't come right out. They're letting you fall in love. They're leading you down a path. And then it's going to begin to have pressure to convert to Muslim down the road. I had a really good friend of mine who's Hebrew Israelite, I think it is. And he was always dating Christian girls. I had a good friend. We were good friends in like our 20s or 30s. And he was always dating Christian girls because he couldn't find no Hebrew Israelite girl that he liked. And I was like, but then it always ends because you make her feel like it's okay to be Christian and like you respect her being Christian. But then you flip it on her as things get more serious. And then she ain't converting to Hebrew Israelite for you. Or she ain't going to convert to Muslim for you. And now there's problems. So I think the better questions that you should be asking are some more in-depth questions of him. Of what do you really expect from me if we were to be married based on our faith? Are you expecting me to adhere to your faith? My internet went out for a second. Right? Are you expecting down the road that, even if you don't call it conversion in your mind, are you thinking like I'm going to be adhering to your faith? If we both want to go to church, are we going to mosque or are we going to church, the Christian church? I mean, there's lots of questions that you have to navigate to even understand if that's even going to be, plausible. If it's even going to work for you. But I'm just going to say this and be blunt. Most of y'all Christians ain't really that Christian. They said they don't want to have any more kids, Watts. They're not wanting to have any more kids. So that is not a kids thing. But y'all love to be, I'm a Christian. But it really ain't that devout of a Christian that you're practicing Christianity. You just claim Jesus. But I'm not sure Jesus claimed you. I'm just saying. Because so y'all, like, especially women, ladies, I'm just telling you, you guys be the first ones to be acting so Christian. But if I were to dig into your life and look at your daily habits in your life, there is nothing about your life that says you a Christian. Is she ready to give up her Christmas tree? That's a good question, right? I ain't giving up my Christmas tree. I love Christmas. But I'm just keeping it real. So you guys can get into all these semantics about faith and religion, and half y'all ain't very devout anything. Ain't no self-discipline, spiritual maturity about nothing. So it's just semantics and head games. Anyway, y'all know I'll just be keeping it real because y'all out here dropping it like it hot. Y'all doing whatever you want to do. And out the side of your neck, I'm a Christian. If y'all gonna follow half this stuff that y'all try to, use as... Anyway, let me go to the next question. Because half y'all, like I said, ain't even about that life. Y'all doing whatever you want to do. What happened to my pen? All right, let me go back to the next question. All right. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, my goodness. I hope this message finds you well. This is a long message. Okay, I can't do this one. It is too long. She wrote me a thesis paper, and I can't do it. All right, I gotta come back. That, guys, I was just reading and reading and reading. I couldn't even, I can't. Guys, okay, let's just be clear about our inbox Q&A nights, okay? Guys, I can't read your life story online. What time is it already? It's 7:43. I can't read your life story in an email. I can't life coach you via inbox. Okay, guys? I mean, I can't. I just can't. Maybe needs a one-on-one. I don't do one-on-ones, babe. I don't take one-on-one clients anymore. I haven't for a couple years. Okay, here's one. First of all, I'd like to say that I found your YouTube channel a few days ago, and your page has helped me realize that being a nice girl is played out. LOL. I look forward to your videos and wisdom, and I appreciate you. Thank you, sweetheart. My question is, I met a guy last month, 8/14/21. We hit it off, and we have been on numerous dates. August 14th, that's last month. Okay. However, our communication hasn't been great. One day he will call, and the next I won't hear from him. So as of last Friday, he and I haven't spoke, and it's almost been a week. Do you think I should reach out to see him to see what's going on? Excuse me. Or should I keep it moving and just count it as a loss? Count it as a loss. I met a guy August 14th. How many days is that, guys? What are we at? What's today? The end of September. So we're about 6 weeks into talking. Numerous dates. I would be interested to know how many. But our communication hasn't been great. I would say we're going to count it as a loss. Yeah. And the reason I'm going to say we're going to count it as a loss is that 6 weeks is kind of like, you know, the feeling out phase. And if communication has never been great and it's always been iffy and spotty, then he's had other things going on. He's not serious. And if he hasn't called you in a week, then there's something going on. It's fell off. Communication's already been spotty, already been bad. He's not been consistent with communication to begin with. So reading between the lines, what I'm hearing is that you have been initiating communication. You've been initiating communication. That's how you're realizing that there's a break in communication. Then you reach out, he takes a while to get back to you, but when you do go on dates, you have great chemistry, but it's hit and miss, which is why you haven't reached out in a week, because you've already been doing this reaching out or initiating and him getting back to you eventually. Then he's gone a week now and you're at the crossroads of like, I ain't gonna keep reaching out and initiating when I have to keep doing that anyway to keep this going. So, and this is a good example, guys, of when a man is truly into you, it's going to be consistent. When he's starting to make you a priority and you are really, really at the top of his list, he's really digging you, really feeling you, he's going to be consistent, and he's not going to take the chance that you think he's not interested. He's not going to ghost you, disappear on you. He's just not going to do it, because he's really into you. And the problem is while you're dating, ladies, it gets hard because the guys who are really going to be into you are like, see, there's a big difference between being really into you and just being kind of interested. And what happens is that the guys who are really, really into you are so few and far between that when you're dating the guys in between, you can start to forget how it's supposed to be when someone's really into you. So you'll start questioning things because you like him, but he's not really all into you, but you're wanting him to be, and you're forgetting he's not. Somebody made a comment on one of my posts this week, And he was saying his algorithm, what he's figured out that works. And he was saying how when a woman's into him, the interest is into him like an 8, 9, 10, how he responds, and it works really well. But she's got to be an 8, 9, 10 interested in him. Ladies, when you're dating, there has to be an interest level. He's got to be into you at 8, 9, 10 and be showing you, right? Showing you, showing up, consistent. Put it this way, if communication is iffy and spotty in the first 6 weeks, it really ain't going nowhere. Communication is the foundation of any relationship. Becoming best friends is at the foundation of a great relationship and marriage. It's over. Just dead it. Okay? Just dead it. All right. Hello, my name is blank. And I have a few questions for the live tonight. Thank you for taking the time to read these emails and help so many people. I'm 21 years old, graduating college in 2022. 1, how to tap into spirituality and really change your life for the better when you sometimes procrastinate and get discouraged because life after graduation looks blurry. That's going to be meditation. Study the practice of meditation and getting still and spiritual alignment and still in your mind. I need to be having my books lined up. Get The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein. Anyway, start studying meditation. Go on to YouTube, free YouTube videos, and Google meditation for beginners, breath exercises for beginners, breath work, anything like this. It helps you to learn how to cultivate stillness in your heart and in your mind. Okay? That's for a spiritual alignment. 2, how to stop comparing yourself to others who are the same age as me and in college and know what they want to do with their lives. First of all, I would say you should be starting to get an idea of some of the things you want to do. It might be that you're afraid. One of the things I would suggest you do is start looking at the people you admire. Start looking at the people you pay attention to, that you look up to, and start looking at what they do. And the people you admire the most, and you look at them and you love what they do, and you're just like, oh my God, in my wildest dreams, I would love to do that too. That's giving you an inkling of the direction of your passions, right? The direction that you would probably needing to be going into towards purpose and passion, okay? That gives you some good insight. 3, how to stop being attracted to guys who are not interested and attracted to you. Now, boo-boo, if I could answer that question, I would be a bazillionaire, okay? All of us are attracted to people who are not attracted to us. That's just the name of the game until you meet someone and it's mutual. You're going to like people who don't like you, and people are going to like you that you don't like. And that's just the dance that's going to go back and forth until you meet someone and it's mutual. Now, if you tend to have some real high, unrealistic expectations around what you think you deserve or should have, you'll have to dig a little deeper into what your preferences are if your preferences consistently don't like you. That could be a problem as you're getting older, okay? 4, as a young woman who has only been on one date and never in a relationship, I realize I am not mature to be in one right now, but I'm wondering what can I do so I can be mature when the opportunity of getting to know or date someone presents itself, as well as just in general to grow as a person. So if you're 21, you should be dating. And the reason I say you should be dating is because dating is the process of going on dates, getting to know how to talk to men, how to have conversation. I mentioned it last week about getting to know yourself. That's the dating process, guys. You should be dating, sweetheart. And if you're not dating, you should be preparing to date, because don't be in your youth expecting that you're just going to meet someone and marry him, at 22 years old. That would probably end up being a nightmare. Right? Yes, dating multiple men, going out on dates, meeting people, getting to know people, learning how to date is crucial at this age. My son, my youngest son in college, freshman in college, he has a new girlfriend. Love her to pieces. He's in his dorm. He was on a dating app and met his girlfriend on the dating app, and she lives right in the same dorm as him. He was on the dating app and put in 1 mile near me, 1 mile, within 1 mile of me, found his girlfriend, messaged her, well, she became his girlfriend, met her on the app, went to meet her, and they realized they live in the same building. It was like so cute. And now he has a girlfriend in college, right? So cute. Guys, listen, technology is here to stay. Technology is here to stay. It is not going anywhere. Okay? I met Carrie on Facebook. Okay? Question for tonight's live. Hi, Rebecca. I have a male friend. I don't really believe in friends. We became friends at my previous job. He expressed his interest in an intimate relationship within weeks of us meeting. I wasn't interested at the time because I wanted to focus on myself and my child. He's a preteen. He was so kind and thoughtful. I've considered being in a relationship. How do I make this bigger, baby? I can't read this. Look, I cannot read my own iPad. These emails are tiny. Thank you for answering my questions. You're welcome, baby. Okay, now I can see it. Okay. He was so kind and thoughtful. I've considered being in a relationship with him a few times, but there are things that make me pause. One, he's a bit, where'd I go? He's a bit of a mama's boy. He has never lived on his own in his early 30s. He has a very fixed mindset. He wants to be married one day, but he doesn't put any effort into his appearance. One time he mentioned that him and his woman will live in his mom's basement. I told him good luck finding a woman that will accept that. 3, he seems confused about his future. He has so many ideas but doesn't start anything. He has issues with his self-esteem. He struggles with being the nerdy black guy. He was teased for this growing up. He disclosed that he wanted to commit suicide because he was unsuccessful with women because he didn't feel accepted by his family. He has distanced himself from me out of jealousy a few times. He would assume I was flirting with coworkers and say I don't interact with him that way. I thought he was trying to control me. In all, he's a decent guy, and I believe most women would want a guy like him. My concern is raising a man and my child. He clearly needs personal healing before any relationship, and I do as well. Should I give this a chance? Somebody said, don't get off the train, boo. Don't get off the train. This is going to be a gnaw. Yeah, this is gonna be just a gnaw, babe. Like, he got a lot going on. You friend zoned him. It sounds like you just don't have any prospects right now. You know, it just sounds to me like you kind of, you know, just want, you're trying to, I just think that you are, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. I think that he's got a lot of issues. I think he's living in his mama's house. You're a grown woman with a child, which means you're very mature, you know, having to live on your own, take care of your family, take care of your child. Yeah, I think you already know the answer to this question, sweetheart. I think you're just kind of wishing it could be a different answer. It's gonna be a gnaw. It's just a gnaw. Well, I just don't, there's nothing to work with here, right? It's just nothing to work with. He needs a lot of work, right? Somebody said he sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, it sounds to me like it would really be a nightmare. It's a train wreck. It's a train wreck, sweetheart. This, yeah, it's nowhere to go with that. He definitely ain't ready for a relationship or being nobody's boyfriend or husband. Okay? All right. Last question. We're going to have to come back to questions next week. Here's one. Hello, Rebecca. First, I want to say, look, where did glasses go? Because these little, I swear to you, these emails, she may need help if she's considering them. She says that she needs to do some work. She needs to do her own healing work. And it also sounded like, you know, I think she's just a little lonely. You know, she's a single mom, guys. I think she's just a little lonely, and She needs to, get her ish together and work on her and build that confidence up and get some real prospects. Okay? Okay, first I want to say thank you. Y'all know I'm getting old, okay? I can't see. First, I want to say thank you for what you're doing. You and Carrie have tremendously been an influence in my life, and I will be forever grateful. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Thank you, sweetheart. My question, how can I love someone the way they deserve to be loved? I didn't grow up with affection from my parents. I've been in the wrong and abusive relationships, and now that I'm in a healthy and loving relationship, I don't know how to not go back to my toxic tendencies of expecting something to go wrong, wanting to break up, and being mean to him. I feel terrible afterwards and quickly regret it. I usually just cry to myself and continue to be hard on myself. I don't know what to do. My boyfriend is sweet, patient, and a loving man, which is what first attracted me to him. Also, we are in a distant relationship, and that doesn't make things any better. I'm afraid of losing something special. Thank you, Rebecca. All right, sweetheart. Miss Toxic Tendencies. That's what I'm going to call you. Miss Toxic Tendencies. Here's the thing, baby. You're going to have to get some therapy. You're going to need some behavioral modification therapy. You also should be taking our healing, the WORK Masterclass, to work on some of the root issues, okay? The crap you've inherited from your parents is not going away overnight. It's not going away in a summer, in a few months, or just because you now have a wonderful boyfriend. You're going to have to consistently work on the issues that have caused you the deepest pain, and then you first have to identify. Right? It's one thing to say your parents were this and your parents were that, but now you have to go in and do deeper levels of shadow work and deeper levels of healing to understand exactly what's inside of you that has to change. Okay? Things that have to change. And then, and only then, as you begin to show up for yourself in a more healed capacity, can you then show up for your partner in a more healed capacity. And there's one thing that just gets really, really old is continuing to do the same things again and again and then apologize. Eventually that gets really old, sweetheart. Nobody wants to stick around because the greatest form of apology is changed behavior. You can't just keep saying, I'm sorry for doing the same things because you're triggered and you're hurting or you're scared and then you're mistreating someone who is being good to you. That's just unacceptable. And before I would continue to hurt him, I would definitely take a deep dive into healing. And I would also begin to practice some self-control. It means that when you catch yourself about to have a bad reaction, about to start an argument, about to do one of your toxic tendencies, that maybe sometimes you've got to get off the phone. Maybe you've got to get quiet. Maybe it's time for you to get off and meditate. Maybe you're going to have to get, not even maybe, you're going to have to get books, you're going to have to get therapy, and you definitely need our WORK Masterclass course as well to do some of the deeper levels of healing work. Okay? All right, guys, listen, I love you guys. Blessings and abundance. Another great show with great questions. Make sure you email us as well. We'll try to get as many questions squeezed into our hour as possible. You never know, I might start adding in some more live time, right? Some more time for us to go live with each other and answer Q&A. I might include some more nights of this, especially as I lead up to getting ready to go into filming for my new show, guys. So, because once I start filming, I don't think I'm going to be able to do a whole lot. So that starts next month. So maybe I'll add in another Q&A night as well so we can get some more questions answered. But make sure you send in your questions. We appreciate you so much. Make sure you hit the links in our bio, right? Email us at live@RebeccaLynnPope.com to submit your questions. Click the links in the bio for our dating masterclass, the healing masterclass. All of the help you need is there from the Popes. We love you guys. Blessings and abundance. I will see you guys next week. Talk to you later.